Lils and Patrick are two local musicians from the New England area whose minimal accomplishments have left them thoroughly unqualified to judge bands and artists who have been more successful than they ever could be. And yet, their passion for bad music persists on Jukebox Zeroes, the podcast that takes a retrospective look at the worst albums of all time. From The Shags to Attila, from Cyberpunk to Scream. If there's a band that has an album they're ashamed of, Lils and Patrick will be there. Share their love on Jukebox Zeroes, now on the Zero Science Network, and wherever podcasts may be found.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Pete and Fran podcast. How are you, dear?
I'm alright, and you?
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Have you had a good week?
Yes. Busy week, but good.
Busy week, yeah. Well, in this episode, we were supposed to be talking about the new film with Taron Egerton and various other...
yeah, Rocket Man.
We were supposed to be talking about Rocket Man.
But somebody got the date wrong.
Somebody, but it's not even been released. So today we went to the cinema to go and see it, and we looked at like we were insane because it's not out. It's not out until next week. So next week's episode will be a review of Rocket Man and my interview with Elton John that I've done.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're not going to put that in this week.
No.
So sadly, there will be no celebrity interview in this week's episode.
No, but you have got...
There will, as always, there will be time to use the time phone. And,
okay.
And we'll also be discussing another film, which I'll reveal to you shortly. And it will be very, very, very interesting.
Okay.
For everyone involved. So as I said last week, we mentioned that we'd done our Fifth Element episode with special guests.
Yes.
We forgot to thank those guests.
No, we did thank them, didn't we?
Well, evidently not, because I've got it
had.
down right here that we didn't. And what I definitely didn't tell you to do was go on YouTube and listen to the music of Beyond Coastal, who were our guests last night, Adam Jones and Mark Stewart.
Oh, yes.
They are in a band called Beyond Coastal. They played a little song for us at the end of the Fifth Element special.
Sorry, Adam. Sorry.
If you'd like to hear more of their songs, they're on YouTube. They're called Beyond Coastal.
Very nice.
Yes. Okay, so moving swiftly on.
Yes.
It's time to give someone a call on the time phone.
Okay.
We've got a very special guest and, coincidentally, another person who became president of the United States. We've already had Richard Nixon on here.
Oh, yeah.
And we're actually going to be speaking to his predecessor.
He's a popular man, isn't he, the old president?
Jonathan F. Kennedy.
Okay.
Because on this day in 1965, he was responsible for putting out the results of the FBI's investigation into the song Louie Louie by the Kingsman, because he'd received multiple complaints that the lyrics to Louie Louie are pornographic.
Are they?
Therefore,
I've never heard them.
It would, had they been pornographic, they would have been illegal to the rest of the song would have been illegal to have been sold in the United States. So that's why the FBI had to investigate the lyrics. Matter? We were less prudish,
less rigid
about things like that. Yeah, especially in the 60s. You know, everyone was growing their hair long and having free love, and
drinking
like
the old,
smoking that old Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having lots and lots of babies.
Okay.
That they could then betray by
selling
them out. Hairy fannies, small boobies not encased in bras, things like that. Yeah.
A lot of freeness.
It was a free time. Some might say a better time.
Some might. I was not born.
I was not around in the 60s. If you're a listener who was, then please get in touch. Tell us what it was like. But we're going to learn a little bit more about the 60s right now, because we're going to dial up the time phone, and we're going to call Attorney General of the United States in 1965, which was Robert F. Kennedy. So it actually wasn't JFK, the president. It was his brother, Robert.
Oh.
Because his brother was actually president at the time.
Yeah. I thought we were talking to the president.
So this is why we have the time phone, though, is to learn more about history. So what we've learned is that in 1965... Robert F. Kennedy, or Bobby Kennedy, as he was known, was in fact the Attorney General, and he was the brother of the President. So let's dial up the time phone and find out what the hell is going on with this Louie Louie song.
Louie Louie, okay.
All right, let's dial. Okay, hello.
Yes.
Is this Robert F. Kennedy?
Yes, this is Robert F. Kennedy.
We've got a few questions for you, if that's all right. We're from a newspaper.
Okay, I'll answer your questions.
A newspaper?
Yes, a newspaper.
What? Someone talking in the background there?
Yes, that's my wife, Robert. She's going to be the one asking you the questions, if that's okay.
That's absolutely fine. I like to talk to women.
Oh, okay.
Fire away.
Okay. Sorry. Firstly, Robert, why is the FBI investigating song lyrics, and do you think they're dirty?
Well, I've had lots of letters from concerned American citizens asking me about this Louie Louie song. So, it's my job as Attorney General to use all of the FBI's resources to make sure that our youth are not listening to pornographic lyrics. And I will endeavor to get to the bottom of these extraordinary allegations about the Kingsman and whether they are polluting the ears of our youth.
Okay. I mean, here are some of the song lyrics. Can you tell me if any of these are dirty?
Well, if you could read me some of the lyrics, do you have them written down?
Yes. So, firstly, a fine little gal, she waits for me. Me catch the ship across the sea. Me sailed the ship all alone. Me never think I'll make it home.
Well, I mean, to the untrained eye, perhaps there's nothing dirty in those lyrics. But you just gotta dig a little deeper. I mean, you say, a fine little girl. Well, that could mean a woman, a naked woman. It could even mean a little girl, as in a child. These could be pedophiles. She waits for me, you say. She could be waiting for all sorts of things. She could be waiting for marijuana. She could be waiting for pornographic records sung by the Kingsman. And then you say she catches a ship across the sea. Well, that could be a metaphorical sea. That could be a metaphor for a penis or a vagina. Me sailed the ship all alone. That could mean masturbation. That could mean that it could literally mean him going solo on her vagina. And me never think I'll make it home. Well, I don't think we can dig too much into that.
Okay. Do you not think that's a bit overboard? Like, as in...
It's my job to go overboard.
Okay. So, these are the next couple of verses. So, this is the next verse. Do you think this is dirty? These nights and days I sailed the sea. Me think of girl constantly. On the ship I dream she there. I smell the rose in her hair.
Well, again, I mean, I'm no expert, but my agents have been saying 3 nights and days could be, again, a subtext for sexual intercourse. Because I, for one, I am a very thorough lover. I will have sex for sometimes 6-7 days at a time. I'm like a man, I believe he's called Sting. Have you ever heard of him?
I have. I heard he was into something... What do they call it?
Well, I call it tantric sex.
That's it.
My wife loves it.
Oh, okay. All right then. Well, next onto the chorus. Do you think the chorus is dirty? Louie Louie, oh no, me gotta go. Yeah, 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 baby. Louie Louie, oh baby, me gotta go. I said me gotta go now. Let's hustle on out of here. Let's go.
Well, I don't think it takes much imagination to understand what let's hustle on and get out of here means. I mean, if I was to come up to you in a bar and say, excuse me, miss, let's hustle on out of here. Let's go. Would you not think that we were off to make love to one another for 6 days? Would you not?
No. I'd be thinking you just wanted to buy me an ice cream.
Well, that would be my first step. Absolutely. But then take also the lyrics, Louie Louie, oh no, me gotta go. I mean, sometimes when I'm making love to my wife, she would say, Bobby, Bobby, oh no, me gotta go. yeah, baby. And that's the kind of noises she makes when I bring her to orgasm.
Oh, okay.
So filthy lyrics.
Right.
But if you take them in a different context, maybe it's just rock and roll.
I thought she might just need a wee.
Well, I mean, sure, that's a possibility. But why would you write a rock and roll song about urination? Most of the rock and roll music is about sex.
Oh, yeah, I see your point. Well then, finally, the last question. You're doing important work as an Attorney General, obviously, but you'd like to be president, right?
I would like to be president once my brother has finished being president. I have many, many plans, just as he does, and I'm sure his time as president, will be rewarding, and he will be remembered as a great president, and he will probably get to see out all 8 years of his time as president. But then it's my turn, and I have many plans. I want to make sure that every American is given a free pig. I want to make sure that the war in Vietnam is finished. And I doubly want to make sure I don't get shot.
Are you hinting at something then?
What? What have you heard?
Nothing.
You're from the future, right?
Yes.
And what's going to happen to me and Jack?
I don't know.
Mate, could you perhaps quickly check?
Yeah, maybe your brother gets shot?
Oh, no, not Jack. He was the best of us all. What about me? Will I get shot?
I don't know about you.
Sorry, Robert, the line is going a little bit. It's quite difficult to phone from the future.
Well, I've got to know what's going to happen to Bobby.
Sorry, we're going to have to go. I can't tell him his brother was going to get shot.
Well, he asked me. I can't not lie. You can't lie.
You're changing the past.
You can't lie, though.
The time phone is very powerful. With great power becomes great responsibility.
That's from Star Wars.
No, it isn't. It's from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
No, it isn't. I came up with it all on my own. Right.
It doesn't matter anyway. It's in the past.
But now he's going to be doubly on his guard.
I bet if you check Google right now, it still happened.
I reckon there's a very high possibility that we haven't really changed the past.
No.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't even Bobby Kennedy. Maybe it was just a man.
Maybe it was like his sidekick.
Yeah, maybe it's like a phone guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should have asked
maybe
if
it was
a
his
secretary.
taxi driver.
Yeah, it could have been anyone in his house.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he was at that time. I mean, what's the time in Washington now?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to bother Googling it.
No.
So, as we couldn't see Rocket Man...
No. I was very sad.
I was very sad because I'd worked out a really exciting link to link us to the movie as well.
It's alright, we can do it next week.
We can't because we won't be talking about songs by the Kingsman. So I was going to say, we were talking about the Kingsman there. There's an actor that was in Kingsman and he's in Rocket Man.
Oh.
But we didn't see Rocket Man. I had to break open the glass case that I keep the emergency worst film of all time in. And that
Shattered.
turned out to be a bit of a bust as well. So I smashed open the glass case, and inside was 1987's Ishtar, starring Warren Beatty, Dustin Hoffman, and Isabelle Adjani. And it's directed by Elaine May. And I picked up...
A female director?
Yes, a very good one. Yeah, because I was told that Ishtar is the worst film ever.
Yes.
Like, worse than The Room... all things like that. But we watched it.
And I was very, very surprised.
It's alright, isn't it?
I actually quite enjoyed it.
I laughed out loud in several places. And not at how bad it was.
But it was actually funny.
At some of the jokes. Yeah. Was it the best movie of all time?
No.
No, it was not. Was it the worst?
No.
Absolutely not.
Better than Anaconda.
It's certainly better than both Anaconda and Anaconda versus Lake Placid that we reviewed last week.
Yes.
It's better than Alita Battle Angel.
I would say yes.
It's certainly more entertaining.
Yeah. I liked all the bits of it. Two friends.
Yeah.
Getting to know each other.
Two good actors.
Singing lyrics together.
Yeah, it's funny, it's warm. it's not perfect. It drags a bit in places. It's a bit too long.
An hour 43, wasn't it?
44, yeah. Probably could have been whittled easily down to an hour and a half.
Probably.
Yeah.
But where would you not want to see the blind camel?
Well, yeah, you wouldn't get rid of the blind camel. But anyway, let's describe the story a little. So it's about two songwriters who live in New York and they're struggling for work. And their agent says, do you want to go to Morocco and do a little tour of like American embassies and things like that? And off they go.
Because no one else wants to go.
No one wants to go because in the border province of Morocco called Ishtar, there is about a civil war about to break out over a map that prophesies that two messengers from God will come and lead the revolution against the rich and powerful leaders of Ishtar. So these two songwriters arrive, and obviously the locals think that they're the messengers from God, and they get embroiled in this plot to overthrow the leader of Ishtar.
Yes.
And leads... Well, I won't spoil it for you.
No, don't say the ending.
I won't tell you the ending. The big twist ending. So I did. I wrote up some pros and cons while we were watching this.
Yes.
Mostly pros.
Yeah.
I do have a couple.
I have to
cons.
say, there's only a four cons by the looks of it.
The start is funny. The setup is fine. Exactly how you would set up a comedy. You introduce the characters. You explain why they're going on their adventure.
Yeah, I thought that all happened.
You get their backstory, their characters. It's fine. They're definitely the song that Dustin Hoffman sings in the restaurant for the old couple is very, very funny.
Oh yeah, tells them they're both gonna die.
Yeah, it's like, I told you if you came back to my restaurant, I'd sing you a beautiful song. They're both sort of these struggling songwriters, and the songs they write together are quite funny. And watching them in the process of writing them is very amusing.
They eat a lot of cheese by the looks of it.
Really?
No.
Are you talking about?
I would eat a lot of cheese if I was writing songs.
You're a strange girl, aren't you? There is one boob in the movie.
There is. She lifts up her...
up her yashmak, and there is a boob underneath.
There is a boob.
You do get to see one of Isabella Gianni's boobs, so that's a positive.
Very fine boob, I have to say.
She's a very beautiful woman, yeah.
She's been in something else, hasn't she?
Loads and loads of French films.
Yeah, that's probably where I've seen her.
There's some funny jokes, like the blind camel, which we've mentioned. They have a blind camel stumbling around, knocking people over, and it's kind of very Naked Gun, very 80s kind of humour, very physical.
Yes.
Lots of camels on my foot. Yeah. I liked the joke where he asks for Muhammad in the square, and everyone goes, yes,
yes, yes.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, a lot of the humour is kind of derived from stuff like Airplane and stuff like that. So, very 80s. Which is exactly my kind of humour.
I do like.
We discovered when we talked about Top Secret and the first You Hate It. I love it. Yeah, lots of that kind of stuff. The cons I had, they consistently fail to notice that Isabella Adjani's a woman for like long periods of time.
She hasn't got the physique of like a very voluptuous woman. She's a very,
I suppose,
fit looking lady.
She is wearing a man's clothes.
Yeah.
But when you see her face, she's very obviously a woman.
Yeah, but sometimes men don't see that.
Well, I do. It's a teensy bit racist.
Is it? I didn't notice that.
Very stereotypical of like.
Oh, when he's like trying to sell those guns.
When Dustin Hoffman's trying to run a weapons auction.
Oh yeah, and he goes.
He's like, I can talk Arabic. Just goes. Yeah, which is quite funny, but there's a lot of like someone will come up to me, I will give you one camel for that and things like that. Yeah, not really how they work. But,
no.
And as I said, it's a little bit too long.
Little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't say excessively long, but could have done with a little trim.
Yeah, maybe a little trim. Maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, in general, what did you think of Ishtar?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked that there was a baddie. And some goodies.
Yeah.
And some heroes in the end.
It's a tight screenplay. Well, not tight because it's a little bit long, but everything's in the right place. Mm-hmm. It's not badly structured.
No, and
everything
I love
happens for a reason.
I love the blind camel. That was my favourite bit.
Yeah, the blind camel does offer the best laughs,
Yeah.
especially when he like ends up catapulting a Arab gentleman like right through a window.
Yeah, that
Very
was good.
funny. I enjoyed the weapon auction as well.
Yes.
I've got like a little Monty Python vibe from
Yeah.
that. Especially like the stoning scene.
Oh yes.
Any women here? No.
No.
I thought it was. Yeah.
Did you like it then?
Yeah, I can't say it's great.
No.
But it's for it to have been tagged as the worst film of all time, I think it was very, very harsh.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't done some research into it. The attitude to it has definitely changed over the years. Even people like Edgar Wright are actually saying, "Yeah, I don't get what all the fuss is about."
I don't get what it was all about.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. It's just a very that sort of time film.
I think the critics decided that they were going to hate it.
Why? Why would you just decide you hate a film if you've never seen it?
There was a lot of problems with it in production, and it was kind of given to Elaine May as like a favour by Warren Beatty. 'Cause he'd won an Oscar for his film Close to Heaven, I believe. Closer Than Heaven.
Oh, I've not seen that.
And she wrote that, so he's like, I'm going to get you a director's project.
Maybe she should write films, though.
She's won, nominated for 2 Academy Awards as a writer. One for Closer to Heaven, or Closer Than Heaven, and one for Primary Colours with John Travolta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she wrote that.
Maybe she's just a better writer. I mean, I thought the film was good.
She's produced as well. She's acted. She had a long acting career. Not everyone's cut out for direction. Especially as they wanted to film it in America, the production company. But Coca-Cola, who owned Universal at the time, said, no, we've got money tied up in Morocco that we need to spend. So you have to shoot it all on location in Morocco.
All right.
And the rest in New York. So, yeah, if you're like a first-time director, right, shoot a location in Morocco in 1987. Like now Morocco's used all the time for movies because it's like the safest place in the Middle East to shoot a desert scene.
But that sort of time...
It certainly wasn't then. No. And, they didn't have the infrastructure and security that they have now for movies. So, like, complete ball ache. And apparently she didn't like being out in the desert because she's not a big fan of the sun, things like that. And, just getting anything done.
I thought she did a good job, though.
But, the fact that she's delivered a coherent film at all is an achievement on its own. It totally bombed when it came out. Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman got paid a lot for it, which was the majority of its budget, I think.
Right.
And apparently she got a pretty hefty payday as well.
Wow.
It cost $27 million to make and made $14.4 million at the box office.
That's not too bad.
Losing $13 million in the 80s is and it became... Like it was delayed. It spent way over what it was supposed to. But these things will happen when you try and make a film in a country that has no infrastructure for you to make a film in.
Yeah, and you kind of just drop somebody in it. That's a bit mean.
So I think due to there was a lot of buzz about how it was. I'd say it's kind of equatable to Solo. How everyone knew there were so many problems with Solo.
Yeah, I suppose.
A lot of people decided kind of before it came out.
I still like Solo.
They were going to hate it. Yeah, again, Solo was brilliant. Yeah. That's probably one of my favourite of the new movies that's come out, apart from maybe Rogue One. And I think there's some people. Sometimes they just decide to pile onto a movie and tear it to pieces. And I think Ishtar bore the brunt of that. But to call it the worst film of all time.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have these same critics seen The Room? I know that came out like years and years later.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
They're probably all
but then The Room isn't
now.
bad because it's so entertaining. It's so bad.
It's very good.
Brilliant.
She's a very good actress in it.
Who? Isabella Gianni.
No, in The Room.
What, Juliet Daniel?
Yeah.
There's no good performances in The Room.
Yeah, there is. She's very good in it, though.
She's there, yeah.
Okay.
She delivers the lines. No one can look good, though, because they're having to read Tommy Wiseau's script. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't come out of the room going, yep, that was good. The Room's good because
I
it's
thought
so
we were
bad.
talking about the different Room, the one where she gets.
What Room with Brie
Yeah.
Larson? No, that's a good film.
Oh, that's what I thought you were
Oscar-winning
talking about.
film. Brie Larson is fantastic in Room.
Hashtag we should probably check which room we mean next time.
When I say The Room, I mean The Room. The one
Yeah, but I thought the other one
Brie
was
Larson's
called The Room.
called Room.
Oh. Oopsie.
Yeah, I wonder why you're defending Juliette Daniel. Yeah, she's fine, but yeah.
Yeah, that'd be why.
Yeah.
The Room is terrible.
I wish Tommy Wiseau had written Room and won an Oscar, just so I could see him accept it. That's my award.
Hasn't he won like an Oscar now for that?
Tommy Wiseau? No, he'll never win an Oscar.
What about the new film?
Best Friends. It wasn't very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We digress.
We have digressed.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of content due to my failure to pick the right day to go see Rocket Man, so we might as well digress a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next then?
What was your favourite part of Ishtar?
I would say the camel bit where he buys the camel and then it like wandering about and then it pushes loads of people out the way and somebody in through a window.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite funny.
There's nothing funnier than a bit of slapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like a bit of slapstick.
Especially when it's used in context and it's not overused.
Yeah.
Like some films where it's all like, oh, I've walked into a wall and
Yeah.
Slapstick can become quite tiring to watch
But this
if
was
it's
quite
constant.
easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's used at all the right moments. Yeah, very much like in Naked Gun, things like that. So yeah, it's of its time. That's definitely the kind of humour people wanted in the 80s. I mean, when I was deciding whether this was the worst film or not, I was like, I'll write down some other 80s comedies and compare them.
Okay.
So Beverly Hills Cop.
I don't remember seeing that.
All right. Okay. Ghostbusters.
Well, I think that's very good.
Well, yeah, Ghostbusters is better than Ishtar, but I wouldn't say like that it leaves it completely in the shade. It's quite similar. It's good, quite similar humour. There's good performances.
Yeah.
In both. I mean, yeah, it's not as good as Ghostbusters, but
No.
yeah, but you know what I mean. What I'm saying is, it's quite similar as kind of humour, things like that.
Okay.
Quite sarcastic, quick. Kind
Yes.
of humour. Yeah.
But it's more about ghosts.
I'm not trying to say are they the same.
Oh, okay, the same slapstick, right?
Yeah,
Got
like,
you.
Similar, yeah, like things like Coming to America, Trading
I've had too
Places.
much tea.
You certainly have. You're all over the place today. I definitely think it's better than Coming to America, Trading
definitely.
Places, National Lampoon's Vacation.
Ooh.
It maybe not as good as National Lampoon's Vacation. It's certainly better than Stripes, which did really well. It's Bill Murray film where he joins the army, which is shit in my opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone raves about it.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. It's really boring.
I only saw the Stripes animated Stripes version. And that was like a cartoon about a zebra who wins a race.
Racing Stripes. Yeah. You've got a strange memory. Police Academy came out around this time.
Police Academy.
I like Police Academy, but I think Ishtar's...
They're very...
well, they got gradually worse as they went on, but yeah, the original Police Academy is a good comedy.
Yeah, I would say the first two, probably.
Big and Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I'd say Ishtar's up there with Big and Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Definitely.
Yeah, I really don't know where this hatred for it came from. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, my favourite part.
What was yours?
I'd probably say I liked when they're writing the songs together.
Oh, at the beginning.
And when they're singing in their bar, trying to get auditions and things.
Oh, yeah, that was quite funny.
Yeah, and I also enjoyed when they had a successful show for the first time.
And then everyone clapped.
Yeah, that's quite heartwarming. I see how excited they are.
Yeah.
They're really enjoying themselves, even though they're not very good.
And they did an encore, didn't they?
They did, came on and sang another one, Who was your favourite character?
Ooh, I think his friend.
Warren Beatty's character?
Yeah. I liked him because he wasn't, I would say, not clever, that's not the right word, but he definitely was a bit more sort of sweeter, like nicer.
Yeah, I mean, Dustin Hoffman's character's a bit more kind of...
aggressive.
Yeah, and he's been ground down by the world a lot more than Warren Beatty's character's much more, like sweet and innocent kind of guy. He's like working as an ice cream man at the beginning of the film, whereas Dustin Hoffman's already been a musician. Lady. You could, yeah. I liked them both. I think it's hard to say. I did quite enjoy the CIA man. He was like very long suffering, kind of got to try to look after this problem, that problem. He's always getting like his foot trod on by camels.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Hand caught in a door, things like that. And shooting himself.
And getting told off by the president.
Getting told off by his bosses,
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like a character like that. Yeah.
I do.
He's kind of the bad... I'd say, it lacks like a clear bad guy.
Yeah, there's...
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you could say the main prince or sheik.
Yeah, but he's not in it much.
No. But he is the one who is trying to...
Like a really funny sort of camp villain would have made this film a lot better.
Yeah, but there wasn't one.
There wasn't, no. It kind of seemed like everyone in Ishtar was trying to sort of stop them doing something. But, yeah, no, it was never... I'd say, the plot kind of meanders a little bit all over the place. It's more about Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty's characters
rather and how their friendship.
Yeah, it's more of a character story than a big adventure, which is what they wanted to write. She wanted to do like a Road to Bali kind of thing, an old Bing Crosby movie. It definitely doesn't come across like that.
No, because they find the map and then it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, plot definitely could have done with being a bit more streamlined.
Yeah, but I suppose they realised that they were both being played.
Yeah, and as I said, it's still enjoyable, and was it as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Hell no!
It's definitely not as entertaining.
I don't know why you keep asking me that.
I'll ask you that about every film.
Nothing.
Well, mate, you'll always say no, but I can say that some films are better than Robin Hood.
Well, maybe one day I will say something is better. You never know.
But Ishtar is not one of the films that is as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I've just thought of another film we could do on our next podcast in the future called Mustang.
I have seen Mustang, yes.
No, it's the new Mustang that's come out about some people in
remade
prison.
Mustang.
They have.
All right, yeah, maybe we'll go see that.
Yay!
Well, yeah, and I've put. Is it the worst movie of all time? We've already answered that. It is definitely not. No, God, I can think of a million things I hated more than this. Yeah. I could reel off like 10 movies.
Yes, definitely.
No, I just listed 3 when I was comparing it to other comedies. It's definitely more entertaining than Big and Trading Places and Coming to America, things like that.
I think,
it's got better performances.
I think Coming to America is boring.
Yeah, Coming to America is bad. Like, what are those Golden Child movies he did as well? Those were really shit as well. Yeah, I like a lot of Eddie Murphy stuff, but a lot of his stuff in the 80s was quite bad as well. Would you recommend it, and to who?
I was just going to say my dad then.
I recommend it to my dad. No one knows your dad. Groups of people.
Yeah, but he would like it.
I'm sure he would.
I might tell him about it.
Would you recommend it to all dads?
Yes. Yes, I would.
It's not a family movie.
No.
Kids would be horribly bored. Yeah. But
definitely like a older generation type manly film.
If you like 80s movies, if you like 80s comedies, there's something for you in Ishtar.
And my dad.
And Fran's dad. Yeah. Yes. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I would.
Glad to hear that. All right, well, that's us over the half-hour mark. That's all we've got time for this week.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
We've got a shimmy.
Yeah, we have. We've got stuff to do. Next week, we'll obviously have our Rocket Man.
We will.
Interview. After that, I'll be introducing Fran to the horror genre.
No.
We're going to be watching Krampus and the Blair Witch Project.
No. I did not.
Yes.
I said I will do this as long as we don't watch horror films. I'm not watching horror films. I don't like them.
Well, you'll like these two.
No, I won't, because I've seen the Blair Witch Project and it scares me shitless.
We'll watch Blair Witch 2.
Why? What's the difference?
You'll see. And this week, our new side project, Get Rich or Die Cleaning, will be coming out as well. So look forward to that.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll be very funny for all involved. We've got some special guests. And I hope you enjoy it. So that's all we got time for this week. Big thank you for everyone for listening. Sorry we've meandered a bit in this episode. But, sometimes it's fun to get sidetracked.
It is. And... thank you very much for listening, and hope you all have a nice weekend wherever you are in the world. Yeah,
and we're very, very grateful for you for listening.
Yes, we are very grateful.
Thanks, Em. Bye. Bye.